Alright guys, hey what's up, this is Brad with Spike Fitness, and I was just kind of effing around. Love that song. Love Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously that brought that song back to the forefront for a lot of us. And just wanted to have a little bit of fun in the opening of the video, a little something different. At any rate guys, hey, so guess what? Today is Saturday, March 9th, and tomorrow I am going to go home for a little while and get to spend some time with the family. So I'm really looking forward to that. Been a lot of stuff going on here lately with work, so haven't had as much chance to get to the gym and do the things that I would normally do. So I've taken a few days off. So there's that. And then one of my buddies here, we're gonna go downstairs and meet up with him in just a minute. Pomp, he's getting ready to do some leave as well. So his leave starts when my leave ends. And so it's gonna be almost till May before I see this dude again. And he's just a good solid dude and really fun to be around and train with. So we had some breakfast together today and decided we were gonna get some training in. So we're gonna go downstairs and meet up with Pomp. We're gonna head over to the super gym. Das Super Gym, yeah. And get some sessions in. I think we're gonna do a little bit of everything. A little bit of squat, a little bit of bench, a little bit of deadlift, and then whatever else you might wanna get into. I think that'll be cool. Probably go out and get some drinky poos later. I love the drinky poos.
Time for a little drinky poo. Cheers, genitals.
Mostly just beer though. I don't get all bougie with the martinis and stuff. Big respect to those that do. My palate is far simpler. I also do want to acknowledge, had a recent spike in female viewership, got up to like 1.1%, which is huge. So it's like, you know, I think that's awesome. I want to definitely do some stuff to help out, you know, female lifters as well. So if there's ever anything that I can kind of weigh in on or comment that may be helpful or specific to, you know, the female viewership, let me know. Love to help out with that. And then also, out of nowhere, on the analytics, Sweden coming up big with almost 3% of the views. And that's kind of crazy. So if you're in Sweden and you're checking out my videos, I just want to say hi and thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the videos. I do appreciate it. All right, enough chat. Let's go over and get to the gym and do what we came here to do. And I'll see you over there. Well, I'll see you when we get downstairs and meet Pomp. How about that? And we're in the cab. This is my man Pomp.
What up?
You guys know Pomp. You've seen him quite a lot of my videos. In fact, the other day you said you got some recognition. You're like, oh, you're that dude spotting him.
Yeah, I'm that dude getting told, leave the weight alone, I got this.
Yeah, so we're in the cab. We're on our way over to Super Gym. Super Gym's just on the other side of Post, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to take a bus. Because the bus is on the weekend. They only run every half hour. So you're waiting around for the bus, and then the bus takes about 45 minutes or so to get where it's going. And that's that. Oh man, look at that Chinook, dude. That's badass.
A lot of them.
You guys want to see?
Over here.
You guys want to see? I'll show you. Look at that. There's the Chinook right over there. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but it's sitting there hovering. Dude, Chinooks are so badass. I'm a big fan of helicopters. Although, I gotta say, I'm not gonna have any hurt feelings over not hearing a helicopter for like 30 days, yeah. 28 days.
Yeah, they'll make that sacrifice.
Oh man, yeah. Like to not hear a helicopter like nearly constantly is gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited about that. So we're gonna go to the gym here today, and what are we gonna do?
A bunch of stuff I don't like. Deadlifts, squats. Benching I like benching. We'll do some benching.
Dude, so I tell you what, man, every time we talk, it always brings to mind, like just because of, you know, the New England accent. It reminds me of what's the dude, Bro Science. What's that dude's name?
What's it, Dom Mazzetti? Yeah,
Dom Mazzetti, there we go. So Dom Mazzetti does that one, the one bit that he did that I love the most is, you know, being, you know, bodybuilder now or something like that, where he's talking about what's in his protein shake. And he's like, yeah, you know, it's half a rack of ribs, a bushel of bananas, a handful of Cheerios, you know, half a shot of, or half a quart of bourbon, you know, whatever. He goes on and on and on.
You need those extra calories.
Yeah, and then the dude that's filming, it's like, it all fits in there? And he's like, yes, it's very dense with muscle nutrients. And so every time I hear you talk, dude, I think about that bit, because I think it's funny. Anyway, it's funny stuff that makes you laugh, right? All right, so enough of the B-rolling, I guess. We're almost to the gym in another minute or three, and we'll get in and get after it and see what we can accomplish for the day. Should be fun. Good fun training session. Last training session that I'm gonna have here with Pomp for a little while, until almost May.
Yep, both go on leave. That's a nice thing.
It's a nice thing, right?
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. We're gonna need it. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna check out for right now, and I'll check you back in at the gym. Here we go. All right, made it over Super Gym. So we had this thing going on, this exercise, and everyone needed to be in uniform all the time. Even when you come to the gym, a lot of them have dirty ass feet. So you can see one of the downsides, dudes walking through mud and shit and stomping it all over the gym. Dick move. Anyway, so we're over here. We're gonna get started with some squats. See what we can get into. Probably not gonna go full normal workout. It's gonna be kind of an abbreviated for each thing because we're hitting all of them. But it should be fun. So we'll see what we can get into. Lighter with the arms.
Lighter with the arms.
Less of the arm, more wrist. There you go.
Got the ground shaking.
There you go. Those first couple of reps look like you tipped forward on your toes a bit. Did you feel that?
No.
No? So it looked like you.
That's why I put the headphones to the side just in case you had some.
It looked like you lost balance on the first couple of reps, like you were just pitching it a little bit too far forward. But then subsequently, it felt like you, or it appeared as though you centered your center of gravity on your feet. So you're keeping that weight kind of center balance versus more toward the toe. So you want to imagine 3 points of contact: big toe, little toe, and heel. And you want all three in contact with the ground all at the same time.
Okay.
So, but that's like the last few reps or so look pretty good. There you go. And that big breath, brace it. There you go. There you go. 3, 4, one more. 5, cool. Those look pretty smooth. How'd they feel?
They felt that.
Yeah?
Yeah, they felt that. Right?
You feel like that's about the right weight range? There you go, sink the squats. Get that rebound. Attaboy, drive. Four. 5, attaboy. Now, on the video, you'll be able to see it clear as day. There's this you got a good position, you're good. I can see you bracing, you're sinking, and then when you go to drive, you're pitching forward. So you can see it's very palpable pitch forward, and then that weight's forward, and that's making that squat harder for you.
Okay.
So focus on keeping that chest up, right? So that as you sink into the squat, you want to make sure that if those hips start to rise first, it's going to put you in this compromised position.
Okay.
So keep that chest up, right? Big brace, breath. drive, and almost imagine driving your back into the bar versus just pushing against the floor.
So what I was going to ask you too, the bar. Do you put the bar more towards the bottom of your shoulder?
So you'll see mine. That's kind of what people talk about in terms of high bar versus low bar. So turn around.
Yep.
So high bar, people typically talk about it being up here. Bar sitting somewhere more on the top of the trap. Low bar is here, right? So we're only. Oops, sorry, if the camera's a bit off. So low bar is here. High bar is usually generally considered somewhere in this range, right? And it's really a range. There's no definitive spot where it is now high bar versus it is now low bar, except to just broadly say kind of below the trap versus above the trap. So this line is usually what people consider low bar. And most people don't squat any lower than that because it's pretty damn hard to control. High bar squat is usually pretty good for strength development. Low bar squat is typically good for strength expression, because if you go to that low bar position, it tends to give you more anterior tilt, so you're going to lean forward, so it's going to incorporate your posterior chain a little bit more. In other words, the glutes, hamstrings, and then spinal erector to kind of activate in the lift.
I was going to say, I would have thought maybe the low bar would have helped you be more upright, but you're saying the low
Yeah, you'll get more anterior tilt with that low bar.
Okay.
So you'll watch people. It becomes almost a balance issue if they're trying to do too far low, because there is such a thing as too far low, right? You'll see people begin to lean forward to try to balance that bar out. So if you go high bar, it'll help you stay more upright, because because you want to what you're intrinsically searching for is to keep that bar on the center of gravity. So if you have the bar in the high bar position, it's kind of in center of gravity as you're upright. But if you put that bar in the low bar position, you've now rolled that bar several inches down your back. So it has now put the center of gravity behind you. So what you do is you lean forward to try to bring that center of gravity center again. Right, so almost invariably, anytime you see someone do a low bar squat, you're going to see them pitch forward a bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, as long as they maintain that same anterior tilt, that same angle through the duration of the movement. But what you're doing is this very distinct collapse, and that's what we need to avoid. I hope that that comes through clear for you guys. If it doesn't, leave me a comment in the box and I'll try to better articulate what I mean. But I think that you can see in the video, Pomp squat, that very pronounced collapse there at the bottom as it begins to drive and ascend. So we're going to work on that here. Avoid the collapse. There you go. Big breath, big brace. Drive, attaboy. Good. Yep. There you go. Keep that weight back. Big breath, brace. Good. No collapse there. That was good. Good. That's good. I think that's 5. All right. Much better, far improved on that first set. I think that you guys are probably able to see it. Sometimes when I see things in the gym here, it doesn't always translate very well into the video, but really, very, very noticeable difference in that squat performance, the second iteration versus the first iteration. None of that collapse, and consequently, the bar movement was much more proficient. It moved much more smoothly. Whereas in that first set, it looked like you were trying a lot harder to complete the squat. Does that track?
I want to say, except for the breathing in the middle, where I need to focus on my breathing, right? So when I'm making that concentrated effort, I kind of lost it for a second.
Right.
But with the exception of that, I felt stronger throughout those 5.
Right.
I felt like that second one, I did come forward a little, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing it on the video.
It's good that you can feel what I'm describing to you, because when you can feel what I've described, you're able to kind of internalize it that much better. All right, Pomp, big sit up. Each breath. Good. Keep that brace nice and tight. Drive. Good boy. Big breath. There you go. Drive. That boy. Come on. Perfect. Try that rebound a little bit. Bounce out of it. Boom. Good. I like it. Gave up a little bit of ground on that last one just because you're not used to that rebound. But every other rep was super clean. Yeah, it looked great. How'd it feel?
Felt good.
Yeah. Feel like based on a little bit of things, the guidance and whatever, does it feel better or worse than before I gave you any recommendations?
So Definitely feels better, but it's kind of weird. It's like, you know, when you do correct form, sometimes your mind is telling you, I feel weaker.
Yeah.
Because
it's not the pattern you're used to.
it's not the pattern you're used to.
Yeah.
And I'm not cheating. And if you're actually doing the proper form, it's
Yeah.
going to feel harder.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to feel harder because I'm going lower. I'm more like you said, I'm squeezing, which I'm not used to doing. So I'm more out of breath. I'm feeling more tight. So in a way, it feels harder.
Yeah.
But in a way, I feel more confident doing it.
Yeah.
Because it does feel a little bit easier.
Hell yeah.
I know it's weird. It's a struggle, but that's why I got you telling me what to do.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, it is. There it is. Get up. Get up. Get up.
We brought the weight down for Pomp, right? We brought it down to 225. He was working with 275, and we worked on his core position, trying to keep that core upright, not falling forward or giving in that anterior tilt too much or the anterior collapse. And now what I want him to work on here is everything that we've worked on previously, but I also want him to kind of rebound out of the squat in a fluid motion. So I just want to see that by comparison and see how it feels for him and what he thinks of it as he performs it. So here we go. There you go. Perfect. Give me a couple more. 2. Keep that brace tight. 3. Perfect. Big brace. Good. One more. Perfect. All right, rack it. All right, so kind of version A versus version B. Version B being, being able to kind of rebound out of the bottom. How did that feel for you? What do you think of it?
Felt different. Obviously, the weight's 50 pounds lighter. So
Yeah.
kind of tough to compare, but like you said, you carry the weight instead of going from a dead stop, kind of get a little more momentum going.
Yeah.
So I think as I move up in weight, I think it's going to help. Once I get used to it, once I get good at it, once I get the form down, I think it'll help me. Get steady and stronger.
Yeah, I think increased proficiency will benefit you quite a lot on this.
Stop jumping the weight more than I can handle.
Yeah, stay within your range, man. A lot of people, it's a good point from Pomp there. A lot of people just in the desire to move big weight, jump beyond their capability. So you got to take a big dose of that humble pie and realize when you're overreaching. If you're not able to perform the movement proficiently, if you're not able to perform the movement to the full extent, the full range, you're doing yourself a disservice. You may be able to put that extra plate on and half rep it, but overall in terms of development and your ability to perform the squat proficiently, again, you're doing yourself that disservice. So I recommend for you guys to make sure that you stay within the range of what's feasible, what's capable for you, even if it means going lighter than you think that you should or lighter than you'd like to. It allows you to develop that proficiency so that you can overcome those bigger weights, because mechanics means a lot. Strength can only take you so far, but if your mechanics blow. All right, guys, we're gonna move on and do some other stuff now, and yeah, here we go. I'm gonna make sure I had enough room to not hit the rack. If I'm too high, I'm right at that rack level. Lift or no? Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift or no?
No, I'm all right.
Oh, you stud.
Until I fell out on the second.
One. 2. Come on. 3. Oh boy, much better. Come on. Drive it, drive it. 4. Drive, 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 drive. Hit a boy, hit a boy.
Man, that felt shitty.
I will accept a little lift.
I'm gonna stop.
Hup.
Let's go. There it is.
I win.
Time. Can't stand you, big socks.
Gonna go for the lift now. All right. I'd say safe bet. Focus on your position. Oh, got it. 1, better. Come on. 2. 3, come on. Hold your breath. Drive, come on. Big breath, hold it. Drive, 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 drive. All right.
A little bit better.
A little bit better. Well, since you climbed the 275 hill, or yeah, 275.
Now you just gotta go through.
Now we gotta see the 315.
Yeah.
See if we can do it.
Hey. I knew it was coming.
Because if you don't know, how do you know? Oh.
There it is.
Woo! Let's play a game, Pomp. You know what game I like to play? The game I like to play is called I Win.
Why do I even do this? Why do I even work out with you?
Why are we even friends? Hey, Pomp. Check it out, man. Come here. Look at that. It's not even really a leg day, dude.
Dude says that every fucking day. Right? Come on. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Leg day.
Whatever.
All right, guys. So that song that I kicked off the video with, I'm actually listening to a loop. Just wrote like over and over again. And I'm having a good time. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm hanging out with my buddy here in the gym. This is my man Pomp, right? And you know, this will be the last session together for a little while. I'm having fun. I'm dancing. I'm gyrating. I'm making an ass of myself. And I got people looking at me like I got something growing out of my forehead. But you know what? It's okay. I think way too many people take themselves way too seriously in the gym. And we got to be hard, right? We got to have that hard face. We got a mean mug. I got to look tough. I can't smile or have fun. I say, fuck that. Go to the gym, enjoy yourself. I mean, like, if you go to the gym, you know, you should be enjoying it. You should love what you're doing. Now, that's not to say that you should be fucking around all the time, every time. There's a time and a place to kind of get after it, you know, when you're doing, you know, mid-set or whatever, right? But in between, having some fun, laughing with your friends, like, why is that a bad thing? Why should that be like stigmatized? Why should I feel guilty dancing around to a great song, having some fun, smiling with my friend, and letting everyone think that maybe we're partners?
I'm the dependent.
He wants to be the dependa, but I feel like I would make a great dependa. I could be like, I just need some pampering. I just need some benefits.
Out of the two of us, though, I'm definitely more the trophy wife.
You are the trophy wife. I think as long as I keep that stash, I'm definitely not the trophy wife. He's the settler, and I'm the reacher. And you know in that relationship, if you guys are out there, you know which one's the reacher and which one's the settler. You know.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know what that means. What I mean is, one person.
Cut the video.
All right, so in the vein to be a little bit different, trying to rock the 150s. I don't know how this is gonna go.
We'll go over there and do the rack. I'll show you. Oh yeah, sorry. Tries are really different from me. No big deal. No big deal.
10. Your turn, Pomp. Your turn, brother. Oh yeah, brother.
I don't even know what's good.
This here's my man LT, right?
Oh my goodness.
This is my LT. Just doing some shoulder flies, right?
That's it.
So you're trying to go to Boulder, Shoulderado?
Something like that. Trying to go back home.
Trying to fly home on those shoulder flies.
All right.
There you go. Come on, Pomp. There you go. 1. There he goes. Look at this man. Draw. 1 shall rise, 1 shall fall. An outfit change. Throwing a tank top. Trying to get a little bit cooler. Definitely working up a sweat here. Moving into some deadlifts.
Is that David Hasselhoff?
Yeah, Baywatch, baby. So it's your turn. Your turn for some deads. We'll see what you got. Let me see the face this way though. Let's see Pomp's. Let's see Pomp's deadlift. Make sure you're centered on the bar. There you go. Good. All right, you guys see that? There's more of like an initiation with the hips before anything else. See how those hips are shooting up and then the back is coming to meet. So it's kind of a disjointing of the movement. What I want to see is the hips and the back kind of moving in unison to lock out the weight kind of at the same time. So when he gets done training here, we're going to discuss that. Talk about how it's kind of the desynchronization of the movement. What's going on, man? All right, so with what we're doing here, you're doing that 2-part deal, right? So it's the hips and then it's the back. So it needs to be one motion. So we gotta work on linking those together. So it's one fluid movement, okay? So we're gonna work on that. Here we go. All right, so talking with Pomp, we've seen what he was doing, right? So as he was performing his movement, it was this, and then kind of finishing the movement like this. So a 2-part movement, right? That's not what we want. We want to do it one fluid motion. So the more muscles you have doing something at the same time, the better off you are, right? So I'm waiting for the bar to stop rolling. All right, cool. Also, too, sometimes these platforms aren't even, so you want to take the bar where it's at. You don't want to move the bar because it's probably going to roll. So I'm just going to take the bar where it's at. Stance. See how that kind of was?
Yeah.
So it wasn't this very pronounced butt and then back. It was kind of everything all at once. So that's what I want to see from you now.
Gotcha.
We got 37% left. So we gotta get all our magic in. All right, so let's see if we can clean that up. One fluid movement, focus on back extension and leg drive all at the same time. A little bit better. A little bit better. Much better. Much better. Cool. Might have to introduce him to the bands and see how he responds to the bands. What do you guys think?
Bands will make a difference.
I feel like if you were talking to me or we were actually able to interact at this moment, you'd be smashing that thumbs up as in, do it, do it. Bacardi and Cola, do it. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna throw the band on there, see how he responds to it. Here we go. So we got that band set up like we've talked about before. Any of you guys that have watched the videos, you've seen this, but in the event that you happen to be new to the channel, we loop the band over the bar, and then he's gonna stand on the band and perform deadlifts with that extra band tension. Now, Pomp, you had a question. What was your question?
I was gonna ask you, so making it one fluid movement is what I've been struggling with. So is
Right.
the band gonna help that?
Yes, the band will help you get this into one fluid movement because the band is going to give you some immediate feedback. In other words, if you start to get out too far forward, like in other words, if those hips shoot up and you're exposed, it's going to feel like shit. So it's gonna make you want to tuck your hips up underneath your shoulders and drive in one fluid movement. So hopefully it's going to cue exactly what I want you to do. So I want to see you perform a couple of reps to see what you think.
Hey, find that foot.
That's when I started losing when I was going fast too. I noticed they started going.
Ah, see, you feel that? That's because you're doing it wrong. Try to tuck those hips up underneath you. Get those hips close to the ball. There you go. Better. All right, keep that head up. There you go. Boom. Good. Better. Give me a couple more. Boom. So as soon as you crest the knees, squeeze your butt and drive your hips forward. Boom. Better. Better. Much better, dude. Much, much better. All right, now let's move to the bar. Straight into it. Give me like a couple reps. Hips came up fast. Better. Much better. Good. One more. Good. Now, on this too, don't forget that brace. Right, so that brace is hypercritical on this, just like it is on the right. Now, the thing with these bands here is if you keep exposing that lower back, it's gonna fucking punish you. And by exposing the lower back, what I mean is, by exposing the lower back, what you're doing is, as you deadlift, if you stick those hips up first, you're basically putting all the strain on that lower back. That's what I mean by exposing the lower back. So when you have that extra band tension on there and you expose the lower back, it's gonna punish you and you're gonna feel it. So better to, come over to my 90 degree here. Better to get your position, get your foot, you know, whatever. So you're ready to rock. Now what I mean is tuck your hips up underneath you, right? So you want the hips to be under the shoulders. Be able to drive hips over everything else, right? So stacked. Not, you know, not in line with each other. See how I get down? Try to bring the hips closer underneath my shoulders. See how that goes? So you want everything to be in line with one another, stacked. Because if you have your hips way behind your shoulders, again, it exposes that lower back and it's going to make the movement significantly harder than it needs to be, and you're going to lose power and efficiency on the movement and not going to be able to move as much weight. So tip for me to you guys, tip for me to you, Pomp. I think that's how we can overcome that shortcoming in a deadlift. So let's keep working on it. What do you think?
That was rough.
This man's rough.
Lightweight baby. It's just not fair.
It's hard to dance with 675 pounds in your hands. I was trying though.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Just not fair. You forgot though the lightweight baby. I said it for you.
Lightweight baby. Does it work after the fact?
I think so. Scientifically proven.
Scientifically. Guys are in the Army. I don't know if the other services do it as much, but it's definitely prevalent in the Army. We do that AAR, or the after action review, right? Where we talk about what we did, we talk about what we came to do, we talk about sustains and improves, how we can make it better for next time. So, Pomp, we've been hanging out for a while, you know, kind of gym friends, right? For a while now. So it's not our first time like training together or being around each other, but I'd say this is probably one of the first like exclusive training sessions that we had together.
Yeah, first time we went through a real workout together and really pinpointed some of the things. We always talk about what, like I know what I need to improve on, and what I need to improve on is especially your strength, and we do always talk about that. But this is probably the first time that we really went through a workout where we watch those things, watch the technique, and try to make a conscious effort to keep the form right.
Right. So yeah, we, you know, just like you said, we made a conscious effort on that form piece. So with the things that we were focusing on and the, you know, the corrections that we applied and all that stuff, how do you feel in the wake of the workout then? Do you feel like the stuff that we did was good and useful?
No, of course. You know, I feel tight, and so what I was saying to you a little bit earlier was that right off the bat, that first set of squats, I started feeling more that concentration in my quads. And what I really didn't realize, you know, we talked about it a little bit a couple of days ago, but what I realized even more now is the importance of keeping that tight core and how much that really plays into just everything, just how much you're going to get out of the squat, out of the movement. And right off the bat, I felt it in my quads, and as those sets went on, that's when I started feeling like I was going through a core workout at the same time as a leg workout. And you know, that was good. That's an eye opener. And then when it comes to the deads, I kind of knew that my form there was where I was lacking, was that it wasn't it wasn't one movement, it wasn't smooth. You know, so that helped going over that. And then the bands are just a smoker. So trying to make that effort to keep my, keep my hips tucked in.
Yeah, keep your hips underneath you.
Keep my hips underneath me, and then really push forward with my hips at the end of the movement. I think that's going to make a big difference in my workouts moving forward.
Cool. Yeah, so you know, it's awesome. It was I think it was a really great session. You know, obviously caught a lot of footage, so this has the potential to turn into quite a long video. But I feel like it's a good video. It's an important video because, you know, it's me working with Pomp, a guy that I've never worked with before, and you know, some of the simple techniques and approaches that I have towards stuff seem to work every single time, almost irrespective of who I work with. So I think it just goes to show that sometimes those basics are really the most important thing. If you get the basics down, kind of everything else starts to fall into place. So I'm really grateful to have an opportunity to hang out with Pomp. You know, before we both kind of, you know, shot out to our respective leaves and you know, go about some vacation time. You know, it's a great experience to get with somebody that's got a lot of passion for the gym, and it's a lot of fun to have fun in the gym. So if you guys are, you know, getting in there and you're putting on your hashtags and your Instagrams about, like, you know, grinding and, you know, whatever, a lot of your mentality has a huge effect on your approach to train too. So if you're treating training like a burden, it's gonna be a burden. If you have fun and you enjoy yourself, it's gonna be something that you continuously look forward to do. And I feel like when you want something or you're excited about something, it has the opportunity to have more benefit, right? I think you're gonna get better gains out of it if you approach it with a sense of positivity versus like treating it like it's some burden that you have to just endure, right? So anyway, thoughts from me to you. Any last thoughts here, Pomp?
Yeah, you know, one last thing. Someone who's like myself, who's been working out a long time, and you know, I get pretty, you know, intense when I'm in the gym. But one of the things you're reminding me of while I'm going through all these exercises is keep that same intensity throughout every rep. You know, like you say, take a deep breath and hold that breath. You know, so you're really focusing and you're keeping that intensity every rep, as opposed to just getting in the gym and, you know, throwing the weight around and lifting. And you know, you can get a good workout like that, but you keep that same intensity for every rep, and you're really focusing and building and gaining strength, size, whatever you're going for. I think that's important. That's an important thing I'm going to take away from today's session.
Outstanding. I had a friend that used to say that all the time. I thought it was hilarious. All right, anyway, so we're gonna wrap it down, guys. I appreciate you checking out the video. Hopefully that there was something, or maybe many things in this video that has you know, help you in your kind of personal endeavors for whatever your, you know, goals of strength are. You know, leave me a question, comment, or concern in the chat box below. I'll respond. You know, I always appreciate you guys checking out the video. You can help me out a lot with the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. The channel has been growing immensely, and I am absolutely, totally grateful for you guys and everything that you have helped us achieve. I feel like this is our community. That's it, guys. Remember, no matter what it is you think you can't do, get in the gym, train to spite, keep that intensity, and focus on every rep. You're either going to find an excuse or you're going to find a way, and I hope that you guys continue to find that way. I appreciate you watching, and I will find you in the next video. Peace.